Heya, this is Sydney, and I am here to talk us through it for Tuesday, April 8th, 2025. It is Mars's day. And Mars is still in Cancer. He's, slowly going forward, but he is almost out of this place where he is in his fall, going back into Leo. So he's still going over old territory, and we're still revisiting old themes and stories around our drives and passions. Today, I really think that there's a bit of crankiness, unease, and anxiety that will be floating through the air. And I'm wondering if it has to do with the evening before's kind of upset, bringing us into Tuesday. We don't have any major aspects on Tuesday, but we do have that moon in Leo will be quincunx Mercury in Pisces. That happens in the middle of the night, but still, depending on who's awake and who's not, right? This kind of brings up a little bit of a argument energy, right? Whether it is just our internal needs and what we are thinking are just not jiving together, and it is forcing some sort of need to adjust or to be critical, criticize, analyze, that sort of thing. It kind of feels like the kind of nightmare where like your teeth fall out because you said the wrong thing. And then in the morning, at 4:46 a.m., we have the moon quintile Jupiter, which I think will kind of ease the mood just a little bit, bring some creativity, some inspiration in. However, at 6:39 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, the moon is going to enter Virgo. And, moon in Virgo, she needs, order and function. She's very interested in, the analysis around how to make something more perfect, right? Virgo as an archetype is very interested in making things better, self-improvement. There's, a health thing about Virgo, maybe in, needing to take care of their health, having a lot of sensitivities. Virgo is very sensitive as well. It's like being really sensitive of the environment around you, and you can discern, because you're so analytical, right, of the things that are wrong. You're like, I have to fix that. I'm going to fix that. Virgo loves her lists. Moon in Virgo needs her list. She has a habit of just writing everything out, a million different things, and kind of checking it off. She wants to get things done. So while this can be a productive moon, we do have the moon having pretty cranky aspects in the rest of the morning and then the late afternoon, with a quincunx to Neptune, a quincunx to Pluto, and then a sesqui-square to the sun. So with the quincunx to Neptune, the moon in Virgo is going like, we need to revise this vision. Something's got to change, like, let's figure it out. And like Neptune in Aries, Neptune just went into Aries. He's like, I am off like a rocket ship. And she's like, hold up there, buddy. Like, maybe you took a little bit too much from Pisces and like, you're just off into the abyss. And I need the emotional need. I need you to like rein it in. So this can also is a bit of like emotional destabilization, certainly with, any of the moon aspects in quincunx to these big outer planets. The moon, quincunx, Pluto, I think this quincunx potentially works a little bit better. It really is a little bit more about analysis. Virgo has a mental aspect, though it is an earth sign. Mercury is exalted here in Virgo. It's quincunx, Pluto. It's like, Virgo kind of turns over everything and goes, I'm separating the wheat from the chaff. And Pluto is, very much about like going really deep into things. And so I think there could be a lot of criticism coming out about like how our world works and what we need to do in order to make society function better for us. If we think about the moon in Virgo being a representation of the people from like a more mundane, bigger aspect, like the people are they're looking around and they're seeing what doesn't fit and what doesn't make sense, and they're wanting to see some changes being made. And then at 3:06 p.m., the last aspect that the moon will be making today is a minor aspect, but it is a sesqui-square to the sun in Aries. Now, again, if we go back to kind of the anxiety that the Virgo moon potentially has around trying to get everything done, having her list, checking them 8 billion times, having the paralysis of analysis, the sun in Aries doesn't really have that, right? The sun in Aries just wants to shoot off and go and do what it wants to do. It wants to pioneer forward. And the moon in Virgo is have you thought about that? And so this creates a crankiness and a frustration. This is a unsettling aspect that we will kind of be riding through for the rest of the day. And so I think that Tuesday, if you feel like you haven't gotten all of the things done that you really needed to, I hope that you can be very forgiving of yourself, and you can be accepting that not every day are we going to feel like we were able to climb the mountain of accomplishment. And today is not that day. All right, that's Tuesday. Take care. See you tomorrow.
Hey, thank you for listening to today's Astro Weather with me. I'm Sydney. As a reminder, I'm always open to seeing both new and my beloved returning clients. My website is ddastrology.com. That is D as in dog, astrology.com to check me out, and just click the email buttons in order to schedule with me. If you're into a more conversational feel with your podcast and content, I have a podcast called BS Astrology with my fellow Mercurial Mommy Bender, and we put out episodes every Sunday for the week. Just search BS Astrology on YouTube or wherever you enjoy listening to your podcasts, including Spotify, Audible, and more. Have a good day.